live, going live, going live.
Woohoo!
Woo-woo.
Apparently we're live.
Yeah.
Devcast. Woo!
Ta-dum.
So let's.
Devcast in the metaverse.
Yay! Right, let's wait and just double check we've got any feedback from Dora to make sure it is working. So let's natter away. We don't apparently have. That's fine. Right, just checking all my different screens that I've got in front of me. No errors coming up anywhere. God, I hate new software. Let me just minimise that a little bit.
I know, it's awesome. All this new tech.
Oh, God,
I'm lying in a swimming pool naked in the south of France talking to you in England.
And today's competition, guess what Wendy's wearing? No. Okay, right. Okay, well, I think I think we're good to go. We've just got a confirmation check that we are audible. Let me just check.
Screen hasn't changed yet.
It
Nothing on the screen. That's
a
okay.
still Devcast poster. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to see any video. It is just the still Devcast poster. This is an audio only test. We may be putting a few little videos on later on, little pre-records. All depends on whether this trusty new software works for me. I've got them queued up, so don't go resetting your headsets if you're wondering why you can't see Sam naked and me in undetermined clothing. So let's just make sure the door is just going to come.
I wasn't expecting clothing. I was expecting you to be in some sort of, I don't know, furry outfit or something.
I could just be wearing a sofa cushion.
There we go. That's what it is.
Well, all our sofa cushions are covered in crumbs from child, so really not very good at all. Anyway, San, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm in the south of France visiting family, so I'm on really bad internet. That's one of the reasons that we're not attempting to do video. We will get more and more accustomed and acquainted with this tech, this system, and we will make this whole Devcast thing a little bit more exciting, fun, and interesting over the coming weeks and months as we continue to develop, our skills and understanding of the tech.
Yeah, indeed. So basically, to confirm, I saw a lot of speculation going around. What's Devcast all about? Oh my God, there's going to be loads of new stuff. Primarily, sorry to let you down, the main reason for this is that we are testing this new streaming software. It's not something that we've developed in-house. It's merely a new streaming thing I've downloaded called OBS, which allows us to stream much more smoothly through into the app, and something that also you guys could do. All we literally do is set up a Facebook live stream, type in the streaming key into the OBS software, and then put that into our event, into any of our rooms, and you can see it. So any of you guys want to do a live stream, you've got a podcast, you've got friends, you just want to have a little laugh with people, there's all stuff that you can do too, and so we're doing this test out. I'm a noob on it, so hence why we're going very slow at first. I will be trying to display a few things on the screen a little bit later on, a few pre-record videos, but we'll just see how we go with those. They may or may not work. So yeah, it's just to kind of touch base, make sure this all works, and yeah, just to fill in a few little things that are going on. As you all know, things do slow down over summer. It's just a natural way it is. Some members of the team take little breaks, and we just sit on our desks, beavering hard away, waiting, making stuff for the autumn. So rather than release it over the summer when people aren't there, we release it in the autumn. That doesn't mean to say that we don't have stuff in the pipeline or that we don't have stuff to announce. It's just that we're not necessarily going to be releasing it straight away. So that is introduction done. And yet, if any of you get really bored, because I know sometimes you do, and you want to do like a little Facebook jingle, get on the AI, make us a little FTL jingle, Facebook FTL jingle, that'd be great. Some little intro we can use for this. A little snazzy FTL. Yeah, not that.
There we go.
I think neither of us have particularly dulcet tones.
Incredible jingle.
Yeah, someone record that, send it back to us, put a little backing soundtrack on, a bit of that vocoding stuff, and it will be awesome. Okay, so Sam.
Yeah, hi. Good to meet you, Wendy. Okay, so we've got a couple of things we want to talk about this time. It's not actually that much because there are, well, like you said, there's a whole load coming for this autumn. We've got some crazy plans coming. There is one big thing that we're going to announce, but we're not going to announce it just yet because it's just so big. It's so cool. It's so overwhelmingly awesome that if we were to do that now, everybody would drop dead and we wouldn't have anybody listening to the rest of the things that we were going to say. So we'll leave that right towards the end. But for the moment, we can talk about some of the things that are coming up. Some of the exciting things that we're going to be doing, and some of the things that are sort of a bit more like housework, homekeeping, tidying up, keeping things going. Every year, we look at our expenses, we look at the costs of things, we look at the server costs, and we evaluate, for example, any changes that we can make to the systems. We will be doing that this year, and I think you guys can be excited to find out that there will be some changes to the subscription plans coming this year. So while we're beavering away, you can get excited thinking about the sort of changes that are coming, but I can announce that we will be making some relatively big changes, some changes that reflect on and relate to features that have not yet been implemented that will be coming to the subscription plans. As always, we are not intending to make things more expensive for everybody or remove functionality unless that functionality is not used. But we will be trying to find a way to simplify it, make it more compelling, and provide people with more functionality and more features. So those are the things that we can be expecting. Is there any part of that that I could announce or should announce, Wendy?
Well, I mean, to say this is a fairly big thing. We've not actually really reviewed the subscription plan since they were very first introduced when we first launched with this model. So this is a pretty big thing for us to do. Something that we've thought of tweaks around the edges, we've mooted various ideas, and as Sam said, the time has now come that we think, right, this is the time, it's right to do this. There's lots of reasons for it, there's lots of benefits for you guys and for us as well. It's going to make it better, I think, all round really. So we haven't got a date for that yet, so don't go harrowing us when it isn't arrived tomorrow. But yeah, it's going to be basically mean a lot more content for pretty much everyone really.
Yeah, I mean, what we can expect though is that, like I said, some of the updates to the subscription plan will relate to new features that are coming out. And that means that some people with higher subscription plans will get access to more of that feature set or more content or whatever it is of that nature. So that might trail a little bit behind on the announcements with regards to the actual website, what it says. So keep an eye out for that, and we will announce obviously on these devcasts and in the app when we do these changes and what changes are occurring. We will keep you updated, and we will try to keep the web page with the actual details updated so that you can all have a look there. But that, like I say, will be coming over the coming, hopefully, weeks to months, and you will see some of the changes start happening relatively soon, hopefully this month, given everybody comes back from holiday.
Yeah, and we've got a kind of package of things coming out. So we've got 2 or 3 things in the pipeline that they're kind of interlinked in a way. So this review of the subscription plans ties in with this new feature thing that we'll be announcing a little bit later on. In turn, ties in with some of the new storefront stuff that I've been working on and that many of you guys have seen over in the workshop. So it's going to be a fairly...
Have you been working with storefronts, Wendy? What's this?
Storefronts. There is absolutely a plural in that, and I think we're also into, you heard it here first, into double figures on the number of storefronts coming out. Holy moly!
I don't even know if I can count that high.
Hokey. So this is the first of the things that we're going to be just chatting out a little bit, is the huge expansion on the storefront. So we really wanted to give a boost to the people trying to get a little business boost, and just more exposure for what they're doing in storefronts. And it's been obvious for a while that the storefront current template is not fit for purpose. It doesn't really suit a lot of needs or provide the range of functions, either for those wanting a serious business or for those wanting a bit of fun and frivolity in their metaverses. So I've been working
Yeah.
pretty hard on getting a really lovely range. I'm super excited about these actually, because it's something genuinely different and new that we're bringing out. And it's going to be awesome for you guys to look at. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to attempt to play a little video.
Before you do, let me just clarify.
Oh, yeah.
I've had a notice from somebody that the video on the room is blinking and there's a flickering going on. My understanding of that issue is that is not us as much as it is YouTube, because we are live streaming this via YouTube, aren't we?
Yes.
And as a result, we're putting a YouTube video into the room, and from my understanding, YouTube videos playing on screens in rooms have a tendency to sometimes flicker.
Yes, let me just have a little quick check on the settings and make sure I haven't got any multiple videos playing, which is often one of the issues. So we've got one video. I can't see any multiple videos playing, so apologies for that going on. Tell you what, let me just... No, that's... oh, I think actually the green room TV defaults to the main one as well. Tell you what, let me just upload a still image onto that screen, so hopefully that will restore the video's number in the room to just the one on the main screen.
Yeah, basically, to clarify for everybody who's wondering what we're doing, the way that it works is that with the videos that you upload through multiverseonline.io, when you do that, the videos go up and you can put multiple videos on multiple screens. You can duplicate videos, and it all works seamlessly and smoothly. And that's because we've integrated that technology very heavily into our tech stack and our application. However, when it comes to YouTube and streaming live videos and YouTube in general, it is actually running through some sort of web browser in a panel, which is a very confusing and messy scenario, I've been told by the clever clogs that call themselves coders. And as a result, it's limited to one video, and you can't do multiple streams of the same video at the same time. And if we do try that, then flickering occurs. I'm not saying that flickering doesn't occur when you've only got one video, but we know specifically that the more videos you have on YouTube running at the same time, the bigger the problem is.
Yeah, so I've just checked settings, and I think this main live stream was also streaming back in the green room, the little room behind the main theatre. So I've got rid of that now. So hopefully that will filter through and won't cause an issue. So yeah, so what I'm going to try and do now is play a little teaser. So the storefronts that we've got coming out, they fall into a number of categories, a number of sort of sets, if you like. So this little video is a little teaser for the signature set. So let's give this a go. There we go. So I'm not sure if you heard the music to that, or if it's a very silent video that we're all watching. That's a little teaser for the Signature Storefront series. So hopefully that was all nice, and we've got another teaser video coming next week or so for the Shop series. I'll leave that there, won't say any more about it. Yeah, there we go. So this particular series, which I call Signature, is 3 pretty sleek designs, 2 of which are currently available in my workshop. which are designed for very specific uses for people who want to try and promote maybe social media presence on other apps. Of that, we've introduced portrait videos. I know something that's been people have been on about for ages and ages and ages, and we finally found a way to offer you portrait videos, and there will be a tutorial available for that as well. There's also a mini gallery, the Galleria storefront, which is a great little entrance for those of you who have other galleries, maybe in the studio space, maybe over in Artopia. So you get a little gallery storefront as a way to showcase and bring people into that exhibition space. And finally, we have the vendor room, which has added browser buttons. Now, these browser buttons are a new feature that we introduced with the Chamber of Commerce a couple of weeks ago. And these are a great way to direct people straight to a website, be it for retail purposes or just for showcasing whatever services or information or groups that you wish. So this is a really good way of expanding the content in a room without actually making the room any bigger. Users come in, they press a little button, they get taken straight to your website for whatever information you want to give them. So yeah, really excited about this first set, the signature set. And more details to come on the other sets next week.
Cool. I've just been told that I'm really loud and you're really quiet, Wendy,
Yeah, I'm just
which obviously goes with the territory.
Yeah, I mean,
So I'm wondering whether you could maybe adjust something at your end to increase your volume and decrease mine,
yes,
or
so
if I should do it
I'll
mine.
just try and turn you down a little bit. It's all good to know. Just trying to calibrate these settings a bit. I'm not actually sure where my microphone is, so that is probably part of the issue. If I could find the microphone, I'd talk right into it, but I don't know where it is.
You might have to get ourselves microphones.
Oh my gosh, can we extend to that, Sam? Is that in the budget?
I don't know. Maybe we'll just go for Neuralink instead.
Okay, all right. So I've turned sound down a little bit, and I've moved myself slightly closer to the microphone, and hopefully that will help. Please do let us know if it is worse, better, or about the same.
Cool. Well, anyway, back onto the topic of storefronts. It sounds like you've been doing quite a lot of work, and not just holidaying in Greece. Is that correct?
I did have a lovely holiday in Greece. It was very, very hot. I had lots of ice cream and mojitos by the pool. Chris had even more mojitos by the pool, as was evident in our very large bill that was turned to us at the end. But nevertheless, it was a lovely break. Really enjoyed it. Highly recommend. Can share details for anyone wanting to know where we went. But yeah, been beavering away on these storefronts. They've been in the pipeline for quite a while now. So
can we expect margaritas in the storefronts?
We haven't quite got the haptics working yet, the kind of the taste vision of things, but certainly there will be things on tap.
Okay, cool. That sounds good, and that'll definitely make Ollie happy, I think. Ollie does tend to like things that are on tap.
Yeah, he's got a little fridge on his desk, doesn't he, with his own beers.
Yeah, I mean, that was the idea, basically, to get a big, actually, just to instead of having a shared office space, just have Ollie work at the pub. He'd probably reduce his bugs too. Who knows? The information I've had, just for your knowledge, Wendy, is that I'm twice as loud as I should be, but that when people turn their volume down to hear me at reasonable sound, then they can hardly hear you. So maybe you should turn it down a little bit more, just in case.
Is that feedback since we first discussed it, or still?
I don't know. It's sort of random.
Okay, so I have to. I'm guessing that the speaker you're coming through and the microphone are close together. Hence, your speaker voice is coming right through.
I'm about 1.5 feet from my microphone, which is on my laptop.
Your speaker's coming through next to my microphone, so it's picking up both.
Yeah.
All right, I'll turn down a little bit more, and I'll try and speak a bit more loudly like that. I don't know why I went into a northern accent just then, speaking loudly. Apologies to anyone from the north of the country.
Cool.
So just to confirm, just to finish up on that topic, so that teaser video will be available in the updates room to view, as will the recording of this devcast itself. We won't be making the link live on YouTube, so please don't go searching for it. Any videos will be posted over in the app, so you can see it in the setting that they were intended.
I also got feedback that we did hear the audio of the video in the app, so that's good.
Excellent.
Cool. I've also heard from somebody else that blinking is really bad, and from one other person that there's no blinking whatsoever. So it seems to be subject to personal taste. Some people can see it, some people can't. Yeah, exactly. We'll try and look into that, work that out for next time. Apologies all round on that. Okay, next up, I think I mean, it is the first time we're doing it, so we've got to have a couple of technical issues, otherwise it wouldn't be professional. Yeah, exactly. Good. Okay, next up is drops. Are there going to be any new drops in the coming weeks, months, years?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, as you guys know, those of you who followed all our various announcements carefully, we have got a number of drops in the bag ready to come out. They had to be shelved, excuse the pun, for a little while. We had originally announced them for earlier on this year, but for all everything else that happened and went on, we decided that we would keep them aside. But yes, we've got some lovely drops coming. We haven't decided exactly where they're going to go or how they're going to go, but do keep an eye out on the events menu for that. We've got the first ones, I think, have already been listed on the events, coming in a couple of weeks' time, towards the end of August, I believe. I haven't got the exact date in my head, but this is going to be, drum roll, a double statue drop.
Woohoo!
Yes, indeedy. So the title of the drop is Lapu Lapu and Morena. And these are a lovely enamoured pair over from the Philippine way. So please get prepared to meet the two, although there is a twist.
Whoa.
Which I'm not going to say what it is because it would spoil the twist, but there is a twist.
That's awesome. Okay, good. One thing I forgot to mention on the storefronts is that obviously while you're putting a lot of effort into making the storefronts look awesome and be awesome to be in, the team is thinking hard about design mechanics to ensure that storefronts are not just visible from the streets, but also worth entering and visiting. So that is something that I can't talk to you about exactly just yet, but is something we will be looking at, and you can expect to hear a bit more from us on that as we get ready to announce upcoming releases of new features and new feature sets and how they work. But we are focusing this autumn through on how do we make stores more interesting to visit, how do we make storefronts more attractive to go to, and what can we do from a whole product, game, design, mechanics point of view, make them interesting to be in.
Yeah, it's that age-old thing of build it and they will come. Yeah, to a certain point. We see you guys putting in so much effort and work into building these amazing spaces, but then it's difficult to get people through the door and to promote the work that you've done. So these are things we've been talking about a lot between ourselves, trying to really think of ways to showcase the work that you do, because as much as it's great to walk through the streets of Infiniverse and see these statues and the lovely areas that you're creating, ultimately it's your content and it's your creations and your endeavours that we really want to promote. So we've really been thinking hard about how can we get people through your doors and how can we get people to see what it is that you've been doing.
Perfect. Good. Okay. Well, I think we've run through the generic stuff that needs to be talked about. Is there anything else that we need to mention before we go on to the big brain-numbing, crazy feature that we want to announce?
What was that? We're announcing something. Oh, crap. I didn't prepare. Oh, there, that. Let me have a look. We've gone over that. Look at my list in front of me. We've gone over that. We can... No, I think we've covered all the general chatter.
We've dotted the I's and crossed the T's and...
Yeah, I've got another video queued up.
Whoa.
Shall we go?
Okay,
shall we go? Or shall I just end it there?
We shall.
And
Let's leave. Let's quit. Let's stop. Let's go home and get drunk. Yeah. No, margaritas all round after the announcement. Yeah, so I'm going to talk and you are going to play the video. Which order should we do it in?
Let's do the video first. There is a little bit of audio on it, so maybe let that run.
Cool.
Say about a minute long. So, right, here we go.
Rock and roll.
All right, there we go.
There we go. So yeah, we are proud to announce that we are bringing levels and experience points to Multiverse.
Whoop! So, Sam, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? So that is, first of all, it's important to announce that we are doing this in the test phase. So we're rolling out the tech very soon in the coming week to weeks. I can't give you an exact date, but we're going to basically roll it out as soon as it is ready. The idea is that people will, inside Multiverse, earn experience points for a variety of things. And I think as we listed in that list, we are going to be doing it for the specific purposes of participating, exploring, visiting, and transacting. And if you, without going into details, I'm not going to tell you how that works or exactly what goes on, but those behind the scenes, but those are the key things that we will be awarding people experience points for. You will be getting a level and experience meter in the app above everybody's head. You will see an experience point or level meter that shows you what level players are at. And within your risk menu, you will get an experience point bar that shows you your progress towards the next level. So these are things that you can expect to be happening over the coming days. Like I said, I'm not going to give you an exact date because we need to iron out some issues with the Quartet before we launch it. And once it goes live, it will be there for everybody, and everybody will earn experience points based upon what they do inside the application. Once that goes live, we will be tracking those numbers. We will be reviewing those numbers, seeing how quickly, easily, or difficult it is to earn experience points, because it's a very nuanced thing to balance from a game mechanic point of view. So we're going to be reviewing those in high detail and looking at how we can tweak the numbers so that it becomes fair and reasonable. The goal, however, is that within the next 2 months, and I say within because it could be up to 2 months, it could be a lot less, we will reset the experience points and we will bring the experience points out on the full level, which includes other features associated. And I'm not going to go into detail on what those other features are, but they're pretty damn awesome. So, again, over the coming weeks, you can expect us to roll out the first test of the experience points and the levels. At the end of the test, we will reset the experience points, and then we will start the experience points again, letting people level up properly and progress through the game or the experience. Any questions? Anything I've not highlighted? Anything I need to be a bit more clear on,
just a
Wendy?
couple of minor points to clarify. So this will involve an app update when it happens, so you will know when it's happened. Look out for that. And yeah, as I said, this first phase is very much a test phase. We're testing the interface, the UI. Does that make sense? Can you find it? Can you see it? Can you read it? Does it even work? A lot of things to calibrate and just test from our side. So it still means you can have fun. You can still obviously work out how to get these points. But the initial phase will be a test. Once we've got that, we'll look at all that data and work out exactly how all the settings should be tweaked and what levels to place them at. And as we said earlier on, as Sanna's just said, this all ties in with these other things that we're launching over autumn. There's going to be very much crossover between the various other changes we're making. You'll start seeing, loads of perks, higher XP, higher perks. Win-win, really.
Yeah, exactly. So and the goal here is, I think win-win is very much what we're looking at. So again, without giving you too much detail on how experience points are going to work, what the underlying triggers are for earning experience points, and what the experience points will give you when you grade up in level. I'm not going to go into those things yet. We can talk more about those in the next devcast when we get further along the process. But what I can say is that we are looking to do a hand-in-hand win-win process, something that incentivizes people to do things that are good for other people. I'll leave it at that. But it's about encouraging positive actions, positive interactions, and encouraging, yeah, people to experience multiverse in the best possible way they can, and to experience as much of it as they can.
Here, here.
So, with that having been said, I'm going to leave it to your imaginations to try and work out how to gain experience points. We will see, obviously, everybody try to work out what gives an experience point, what doesn't. Feel free to announce them, tell us bugs, tell us things you think should have given you experience points but didn't. Tell us places where you felt you got too few or too many experience points, or somebody was doing a silly thing and managed to go up 10 levels too quickly. That sort of stuff is going to be very valuable. So please, again, use the Discord, join our Discord, and use it in the suggestions and the bugs channel to tell us what's going on, what's happening, where the problems are, and how it works for you. I think the key thing is we're not going to announce much because we want you all to experience it a little bit like a new user would without any inside information. And we want you to experience whether or not that works for you as you go forward. Can you find it? Can you work out how to use it? Does it actually deliver for you? Does it grow at the pace you'd expect, etc., etc.? So all of those things are going to be in there. And then the final thing is whether it's a really good idea or not, because one thing that we don't want and we could expect is trolling as a result. People calling other people noobs because they've only got level 1, or people claiming they're OGs because they've managed to level themselves up quickly with some stupid system that was a hack, and now they're level 1000 and calling themselves an OG and using that in a bad way. Again, those are the sorts of things that we're going to be looking very carefully at as we go through to make sure that this is a positive step and change for the app, as opposed to something that just gets thrown out there and doesn't work. So that's why we're giving ourselves a good chunk of time to test it, to look at it, to review it, to examine how it works, what the good and the bad is, and also to link it into the perks that you mentioned will be there for people with different levels. So, with that in mind, I think that we've pretty much covered everything, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so. Just to finally say on that one, so yeah, we will announce more things as and when they're ready. Please don't pester us and hound us down because we haven't announced stuff. Some things we'll purposefully keep back, some things we'll purposefully release. It is all in a very carefully created strategy in order to help you enjoy things, and also just to make sure that we have enough time to get it done right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, with that being said, I think I'm ready to get out of the pool and put my clothes on.
He's got a wrinkly. Too much information.
I've gone all
I said that before I
yes.
thought.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I think I will announce officially that I am clothed and I'm not in the pool, but I might be soon. So, with that in mind, yeah, you guys have a good day. It's the end of the day for us. We're gonna log off here and try and do another devcast. Again, provide your feedback on the devcast. We have been looking at the feedback that's been coming in. We are going to look at how we can improve it. We would like to do this a little bit more regularly in app, and we want to make sure that you guys get the best experience. It is new tech. It is a new process. There will be faults and problems. Let us know what those are. If you captured any videos or screenshots of the problems, please feel free to send them through to us. We would love to see them from your point of view. And be aware that from what we understand, some people are having good experiences and some people are not. And we obviously need to nail down why, what, and how we fix that. But yeah, we will be looking to do these devcasts in-app as often as we can in a way that makes it useful to everybody. So with that in mind, you have a good day, Wendy. Try not to get too many margaritas in before Daniel drinks them all himself or something. I don't know.
Shut up,
and
Sam.
yeah, and I'll see you guys soon.
All right,
All the
see you
best.
guys. Over and out.